Hello everyone, introduce. My name Cerani Kartini Ashari, NPM 20130222028. Study program Physics Education, Class B. Here, I will explain or discuss about heat transfer. Surely you already know about heat transfer, or it can also be chilled heat transfer. So, here I will explain it. Heat transfer is energy that moves from a high temperature to a low temperature. In addition, there are objects around us that can conduct heat and some that cannot conduct heat. Things that can conduct heat are called conductors. Examples of conducting objects are copper, iron, tin, water, and aluminum. While objects that cannot conduct heat are isolators. Examples of isolator objects are rubber, plastic, cloth, wood, paper, and tires. There are various kinds of heat transfer, namely 1. Conduction. Conduction is the transfer of heat through solid which does not undergo the transfer. That is, the transfer of heat to a substance is not accompanied by the transfer of its particles. Conduction occurs due to difference in temperature between one surface and another on the medium. The conduction rate equation is known as Pauli law of heat conduction, which mathematical equation Q1 equals min H times A times dt per dx, where Q1 equals conducting heat transfer rate, K equals thermal conductivity of the material, dt point dx equals temperature gradient in the cross section. The negative sign in the mathematical equation in order to fulfill law of thermodynamics 2. Convection. Convection is the transfer of heat through a stream through which intermediates are transferred. Convection occurs in liquids and gases. Convection occurs due to difference in temperature. The convection heat transfer rate reference to Newton's law, where Q1 equals H times Es times Ts negative T infinity, where Q1 equals convection transfer rate, H equals convection heat coefficient, Es equals heat transfer surface area, Ts equals surface temperature, and T infinity equals Friedel temperature. And convection is divided into types, namely 1. Free convection. Free convection is heat transfer caused by temperature differences and type temperature differences only, and there is no force from outside to push. For example, a heat plate that is left in the surrounding air without any external source of movement. 2. Forced convection. Forced convection displacement of a gaseous or liquid flow caused by external forces. For example, the around plate is blown by air with a fan or blower. And last, radiation. Radiation is heat transfer without an intermediate agent. Radiation is usually accompanied by light. For example, the body feels warm when it is near a fire source. Radiation will be more effective in a vacuum. The amount of radiation heated by the surface of a real object is times Q equals A times sigma times Ts times A, where as perfect black body with emissivity valves emit radiation of Q rad times B equals sigma times Ts times A, and for the overall radiation heat exchange rate between surface with surrounding temperature is Q rad equals A times sigma Ts negative T surrounding times A, where Q rad equals radiation heat exchange rate, E emissivity value of an object, A area of area, Ts temperature of the object, and sigma constant Stefan Boltzmann. The consolation from what I discussed this time is that heat transfer is the process of transferring energy from the high temperature to the low temperature. But not all objects can conduce heat. That can conduce heat are called conductor, and those that cannot conduce heat are called isolator. There are three types of heat transfer, namely